Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards. This is part number 37 of my NFL hybrid set build and cards between 1970 and 73. One card for every player that had a card. And really enjoy doing this. And you can see I've got a missing spot here. We'll talk about that when we get there. But I'm going to fold this over here and we will start talking about some players. Let me get that straight and I'll zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Homer Jones. Again, as a kid, that confused me. Excuse me, because he's wearing, obviously, excuse me, a Giants jersey, but playing for the Browns. I just did not quite understand the concept of trading back then. This is Homer's last card. His rookie card is a 1967 Philadelphia issue. He had cards between 68 and 70. Homer was drafted by the Oilers in the 62 draft with the 192nd pick out of Texas Southern. He got injured in camp and was cut. Then Homer was brought to New York. He had surgery and he signed with the Giants. In 1965, after scoring a touchdown, Homer threw the ball in the end zone. It was called the spike. So there you go. That's the first guy to technically spike the football. In 1967, Jones had his best season. He led the NFL in receiving touchdowns. Homer was traded into the Browns, and on the very first Monday Night Football game, he returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Knee injuries got him again, and he soon was traded to the Cardinals, and he retired at the age of 29, just simply because of bad knees and injuries. But Homer suited up in 87 games. He started 59 of them. And what's interesting is Homer still holds the NFL record for yards per catch. 22.3 yards per catch. He had 224 catches in his career with 36 touchdowns. He had 37 kick returns with one touchdown as well. Homer died in June of 2023. And they talk about just the fact that he was just so fast. And that yards per catch, he was just very, very difficult. He got behind defensive backs quickly and was targeted for the long ball very often. And who knows what would have happened had the injuries not caught up to him. Next, we've got Horace Jones, his rookie card. And he had a card issued in 74 as well. Horace was drafted with the 305th pick by the Raiders out of Louisville in 1971. He played with the Raiders from 71 to 75. And the Seahawks in 1977. Horace suited up for 71 games. He started 57. He ended up with 4 fumble recoveries and 37 and a half sacks as a defensive end. He started every game in 72, as well as 74 through 75, and he played with just one game with the Seahawks in that 1977 season. Here we've got Joe Turkey Jones. Kind of an interesting story about this guy here, Joe Turkey Jones. It's his rookie card. And his only other card issued was in 1974. Joe was drafted out of Tennessee State in 1970 with the 36th pick by the Browns. He played with the Browns from 70 to 73, then the Eagles from 74 to 75, back with the Browns in 75 through 78, and the Redskins 79 through 80. Joe got his nickname Turkey because as a rookie, the veterans would send the rookies out to search for farms for turkeys. It was a prank. But Joe searched for hours long after the other rookies had quit. And Joe fell for the same prank again in his second year, earning the nickname Turkey. And this story, by the way, comes from his daughter. So even the family tells a story of Joe falling for the story again to go out and search for turkeys on farms. And that's really the name Turkey Jones, a Turk. It stuck with him. By the end of his rookie season, he had earned his way to the starting lineup. He was sidelined in 72 with a knee injury and he got traded to the Eagles. But after being cut in 75, he re-signed with the Browns. Joe suited up in 134 games, starting 82. He had 1 interception with 5 fumble recoveries with 1 touchdown. And he was credited with 46 and a half sacks. And if my memory serves me correctly, he was the one that threw Terry Bradshaw on his head and his neck almost breaking Bradshaw's neck. It was quite the dangerous play, and I remember it was really, boy, it really ticked off the Steelers, I can tell you that. Spike Jones, a punter. His rookie cards in 1971 Topps. He also had cards in 73 through 74, 76 through 78. Spike was drafted in 1970 out of Georgia with the 92nd pick by the Oilers. He played with the Oilers in 70, the Bills in 71 through 74, and the Eagles 75 through 77. Spike had over 573 punts during his career, and his longest was 73 yards. Next, we got Leroy Jordan, middle linebacker with the Cowboys. His rookie cards in 1967 Philadelphia, and he had cards issued in 68 through 71, 73 through 76. Leroy was drafted by the Cowboys with the 6th pick out of Alabama in 1963. He was a national champion in 61 and a unanimous All-American in 62 at Alabama. He played with the Cowboys from 63 to 76. He was a 5-time Pro Bowl selection, second team All-Pro 2 times. He played in 5 NFC Championship games, 3 Super Bowls, and was a winner in Super Bowl 6. He was named the Cowboys Ring of Honor in 1989. Leroy played in 187 games, starting 174, with 32 interceptions, 18 fumble recoveries, 3 touchdowns, and he recorded 1 safety. He was a heck of a player. Next, we've got this Les Josephson card, 1972 with the Rams. He was his rookie cards in 1968 Topps, and he also had cards from 69 through 73. He was undrafted out of Augustana and signed with the Cowboys in 64. He was traded to the Rams before the season started. He played with the Rams from 64 to 74 and was selected to the Pro Bowl in 1967. In 1968, he suffered a calf injury, and then he tore his Achilles tendon in rehab. Man, oh man. Although injuries to include a broken jaw slowed him down, he contributed to the Rams until he retired in 1975. He suited up in 129 games, started 66, and had 5,377 yards from scrimmage, catching 94 passes with 28 touchdowns. Les died in 2020. So he had a pretty decent career, Les Josephson did. All right, down here we've got a Hall of Famer, Sonny Jurgensen with the Redskins. His 1972, it is his last card, and he's a Hall of Famer in 1983. His rookie card, got to go way back, 1958 Topps, and he had cards issued from 62 through this last card in 72. He was drafted out of Duke in 1967 with the 43rd pick by the Eagles. He played with the Eagles from 57 to 63, and then the Redskins from 64 to 74. He was a backup quarterback until 1961. He was on the Eagles NFL championship team in 1960. In 1961, when he finally started, he was named to the first team All-Pro team. He was a 3-time All-Pro second team player, a 5-time Pro Bowl selection. Sonny led the NFL in passing yards 5 times and was a touchdown leader in passes 2 times. He was on the all-1960s team. Billy Kilmer came to the Redskins, and Sonny and Billy were good friends, and even during the quarterback controversy that happened, they were still remained very good friends. Sonny is regarded as one of the best pure passers ever in the NFL. He suited up for 218 games, starting 147. He threw for over 32,000 yards, had 255 touchdowns, and 189 interceptions. Sonny is in the Eagles Hall of Fame as well as the Redskins Ring of Honor in the Football Hall of Fame, being inducted in 1983. Sonny is one of the greatest quarterbacks of what they call that dead ball era when there was a lot of running. A lot of people say, Sonny Jurgensen was probably the best pure passer of his era, maybe of all time. And then we've got over here in the Larry Kaminsky. It's his rookie card and his only card. He was undrafted out of Purdue, was signed by the Broncos. Larry played 3 years at Purdue on defense as a linebacker and on offense as a center, so a two-way player for 3 years at Purdue. He was all Big Ten, and he was an honorable mention All-American. His rookie year, he put on some weight and ended up starting 13 games. And he was honorable mention as a Rookie of the Year award. He was an All-AFL in 1967. After a series of injuries, though, Larry had to retire in 1974. He suited up in 96 games and started 72 games. And then this empty spot here, because of alphabetical, it is Jim Kinnicky, and he was a defensive tackle for the New York Giants, and he's a 1972, his only card is a 1972 high number card, and they're available to get, but you're going to be paying about $20 to $30 for those high numbers in 1972, and I just have to get one. I have to just bite the bullet and buy the Jim Kinnicky card, and I'll have this page completed, but yeah, those high numbers in 1972, if that's your only card, you're going to be spending some money to get those. So anyways, guys, interesting page here. Hall of Famer and Sonny Jurgensen. And Leroy Jordan was just one heck of a player. And Homer Jones up here, who knows what could have happened if he would have not had so many knee injuries. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. I know that I sure enjoy sharing these cards with you and talking about the stories behind the cardboard. These are fun for me to do. Take care, everyone. We'll talk later.